This video is a continuation of my previous video, Ascension, Consciousness, and the Event. If you haven't watched that one, I recommend you watch that one first before you listen to this one, or at least go back and listen to that one after you watch this one. The question is a follow-up about the event and the energy waves that are hitting the planet. So we'll just get right into it. Here's the question. Some have said that they see this event as a gradual series of waves rather than one big event. What is your perspective on this? Response. This question combines separate objectives related to the dissipation of negative polarity within consciousness. While they are fundamentally connected, let's address them separately. Ascending energy waves. Each day as I scroll through Facebook, I encounter articles and comments describing some type of energy wave and the effects that have been felt. The descriptions differ, but the concept that an external energy has positively impacted a person or the planet is the common thread. If you added these reports together and summed the energy, assuming everyone was equally impacted each time, you would quickly begin to wonder why the Earth isn't already fully ascended. Yet the energy waves are still coming, and so are the reports. This points to a deeper purpose to the energetic waves that continue to bombard our planet. To understand why energetic waves are being provided and why they continue to occur, we must relate them to the composition of consciousness. As I have said in previous postings and videos, consciousness beyond the body is a rotating array of energetic particulate. Within this particulate, rotations can occur in more than one direction depending upon the polarization of the constituent particles. In addition to individual direction, the particles adhere in clumps based upon the energetic signatures of experience they contain. The reverse rotations and clumps in consciousness act to imbalance and slow the overall rotation of the consciousness sphere. The effects of polarity, which service to self or service to others, within the third density of Earth has kept many confused and unbalanced when they should have ascended long ago. The energies that people are feeling and commenting on are being provided to assist consciousness that has the density for ascension but is lacking the required rotational balance. I'm going to make a general correlation of energies to experiential consciousness clumps and how they are assisting. The image represents a cosmic energy spectrum and its observed impact upon the particulate of the material. Let's repurpose this graph and instead assume it represents the energies that are affecting consciousness. Free will is always respected, so in all cases below, the assumption is that the impacted consciousness embraces and accepts the energy. If they do not want the energy or turn from it, it will be like shining a light upon a blind person. No illumination, no impact. The gray swath of energy at the far left of the graph represents completely negative experiences that create a reverse rotation of conscious particulate. These would be killing, brutality, that sort of thing. As the energy attempting to neutralize this lowest spectrum bombards the planet, only those who contain these energies will feel an impact. To everyone else, it's just another day. Next, let's assume that the red, blue, green, and their associated shapes on the graph represent varying degrees of imbalanced experiences. These could be anything floating around in your complete consciousness. Past life traumas where you were burned as a witch, a lifetime where you pillaged and raped as a pirate, or something as benign as a failed relationship that has skewed your perspective of trust. As you can see from this graph, the energy required to pinpoint and neutralize the imbalances requires a large spectrum of energy. We have to add another variable to this energetic equation in order to understand why the energies keep coming in waves rather than a single flipping of a switch. As the energies impact you and remove an imbalance, the rotation of your consciousness begins to accelerate. As you accelerate, you can hold more energy. As you hold more energy, you can then identify the next imbalance holding you back, and the process continues. The outward effect of this acceleration is called awakening, and the path you take towards yours is unique to you. Looking at the graph again, assume that you had pink imbalances that were impacted and removed by the energy within the cascade spectrum at the middle of the graph. A period of time went by and you worked through the balancing and awakening that resulted. Now the cascade wave rolls through again, and you have green imbalances that are removed. Same spectrum of energy hitting the Earth once again, but you are impacted differently each time because one imbalance has to be removed to uncover the next. There are almost 8 billion consciousnesses in our current reality timeline alone. Now consider that we are just one reality in a multitude that exist on Earth, and you begin to understand the complexity involved in attempting to rectify the imbalance of an entire planetary collective. At a point in this process, all consciousness will be segregated at one end of the graph or the other. Those who have accepted the energies and have the density to move forward will be at the right side of the graph. Those unwilling to change or unable to hold the required energy will remain at the left side of the graph. At either side of the graph, you will not feel the energies because they are no longer providing an acceleration to your consciousness. When the energies stop providing benefit, they will cease, and one last event will occur. The event. This term is running rampant within the awakened communities. It is a highly searched term, and because of that, it is being associated with several scenarios. My definition of this term relates to a never-before attempted realignment to correct an imbalance within this galaxy. The previous discussion of energy waves should be considered the preparation that must be completed before this last and final pulse comes through and removes any remaining imbalance. When the preceding energy waves have moved all consciousness to one side or the other of the graph and meaningful movement has ceased, the pulse will manifest. As the pulse sweeps through the galaxy, all vestiges of negative polarization within consciousness will be overpowered and realigned. Negative consciousness at the lower end of the energy spectrum, the gray, will experience energy so intense during realignment they will be required to restart third density, having been effectively wiped clean. This is the final cleansing, and it will occur when all have moved as far as they can through the assistance of the energy waves that precede it. This is why it is critical to focus on unity, collectivity, and acceptance of the energies being offered. We are all deciding whether we will rise to the surface and ride the waves of ascension or sink to the bottom and start over. In service to all, good night. The concepts contained in this video and others on this channel are discussed in detail in the book, Expansion for Ascending Consciousness. If you have found this information engaging, I recommend you purchase the book. With it, you can expand upon what is provided here as you read and compare it with the audio segments. In this way, a fuller picture is presented. You can find the link in the comments section of this video. Thank you.